Goldilocks in Vietnam. Do you know where I'm going today? I'm going to see my son. Yeah, which son? I've got two, James and Josh. Actually, neither. My son is also the name of a very famous temple, a Hindu temple, Champa temple to be precise. And it's about 1 hour's motorbike drive from here in Hoi An. And it dates from the 4th century to I think it's the 13th century. And it's a beautiful set of Hindu temples that were bombed by who? That's right, by the Americans again. They carpet bombed. That means that they're big B-52 huge bomber planes, which they still use today, to be honest, dropped their payloads of unguided weapons and just obliterated the place and destroyed most of the temples. But a few did survive. And also there's been a redevelopment, a rebuilding program. So why don't you come with me, find out what's left, if anything. Well, I was hoping to take a scenic route, but it keeps telling me the roads are closed there somewhere. Maybe it's Sunday, maybe that's why. So I'm going to take the boring road instead. I still think it's going to be pretty nice, so it shouldn't be that boring. Well, rice paddies, rice paddies, rice paddies. As you can see, I think. Well, we're on our way. Look as though we've had some rain overnight, but the rain clouds seem to have moved away and Mr. Blue Sky is shining. So hopefully that will stick around. We've got about 48 minutes to go before we see my son. Hello, my son. As you can see, it's scooter mania everywhere. I don't know how people could drive here without the use of horns. Huh. Right, I want to make a left just down here. Ooh, whoa, whoa, I went through the traffic light. Oh, you see that? There we go, it's green now. Because the traffic lights are always up ahead, you know? And if you're not careful, you don't see them. Not that that makes much difference anyway. You can see an example of Vietnam's mobile farming to save space in people's gardens and land. All you do is plant like an apple tree or something on your motorbike like that, drive it around, get lots of fresh air, leave it out in the rain, and when harvest time comes, they just blow off. And if you're the lucky guy behind, you can catch them. Is that right? Yep. Looks like we're changing from motorbike to electric car to get to see my son. James, Josh. Here we go. You won't let me drive. At the My Son site, James. Look, you've seen that? Well, it's about 7:30 in the morning and this place opens at 6 apparently, and like there's nobody here, or I mean I haven't seen anyone yet. I'm trying to find the actual site. Maybe there's a few people there, but the little electric bus was empty, so that's great. Blue skies, sun shining, got the place almost to myself. Super cool. I think within 2 or 3 hours it'll be packed, you know. Tour groups blaring horns and waving flags and, you know, usual brigade. But now it's peaceful, it's beautiful. In the 1960s or 70s, when the American War was going on, the Americans sent their B-52 bombers here and carpet bombed the place. You know, it just makes me, it's just disgusting. Let's have a look. I think there's a lot of bomb craters, and I think there's even some unexploded bombs around. So, must keep to the past. So here's the first temple. My son is like a mini Angkor Wat. Maybe that's a very bad description, but it's a complex of temples. It's not just one. So this is the first one. You can hear the horrible bassy music in the background. Why you play that in a place like this? Yeah, so nice to have it not crowded with people. The information there is saying that most of these temples were rebuilt in the 11th century in honor of the god Shiva. Quite a sight. Wow, this is amazing. You can actually go inside. I don't know what that is. A sacrificial stone or something. Yeah, I saw those in Kathmandu. They were like fertility worship. Well, praying for a baby, basically. See if I can get through here. I think I can get in this one. Let's take a look. Ah. That's Shiva, the Hindu god. These sacrificial tablets based around fertility. I think it's where death and birth are very closely related.
Before in the empty space, edited to house. That after the bomb and collect a lot of material here and put in a small museum for tourists. And very lucky we can see we can keep some main important material. And this is sea glass statue. Yeah.
It's quite staggering to think how old this place is and how the Americans bombed it to hell. I think before the Americans came with their bombs, I think there was a lot more standing than there is now. Oh, take a peek. Let's see if we can look up. Oh, look at that. Yeah, it's very similar to Angkor Wat, but on a much smaller scale. And yes, before you ask, that is a fertility symbol. This gorgeous temple, the parts of it date back over 1,000 years. It's just beautiful. So why did the Americans bomb it to hell? They destroyed so much of it. Why do the Americans have to leave so much death and destruction everywhere their military goes? Makes me sick. What were they even doing in Vietnam? Shouldn't have even been here. I think we can get in this one as well, I think. That's Shiva with the many arms. I think this is the female fertility symbol, do you call it? It's used for, I don't quite know what they do, but if you want a baby, there's a lady and a male, that's the lady bit, for obvious reasons. Here's an interesting character, look at this one. Yeah, this place bears so much resemblance to Angkor Wat. It's generally smaller, in a poorer condition thanks to the American B-52s, but it's still magnificent and well worth a trip. Some of these buildings are over 1,000 years old. And it's all based on Hindu religion, which I find a fascinating religion. I think it's one of the world's oldest, if not the oldest. And when I went to Kathmandu, it was such an enlightening trip. And likewise here. So onward we go, do some more exploring. Maybe you can hear the sound of that jet aircraft up in the sky. Well, in the late 60s, maybe early 70s too, that would bring fear and destruction and death to people here. So this is a different part of the temple complex. Don't ask me which part, I can't remember. Yeah, I just keep wondering, I'm sorry to go on about the American military all the time, but, you know, they are responsible for so much of this mess. I wonder what state this was in before the Americans came to Vietnam. I'd love to see a picture of it, do a comparison. This temple is being rebuilt in cooperation with the Indian government, presumably because of its Hindu meanings, which is great to see. Great to see countries working together, building rather than destroying. Are you listening, Donald Trump? It's gorgeous. Oh, I think they're going to let us in this one as well. Not sure if there's anything to see, but let's have a look. Quick look up. Indiana Jones, where are you when I need you? Indy! It's even more dark here. So you can see here some of the work being done by the Indian and Vietnamese government to reconstruct these temples following the American B-52 damages. And while it's not the same as the original, it may be the same in design, but it's not quite the same as having the original structure. But it's great to see the effort put in for future generations to appreciate. And you see the temple here, right? The destroyed temple, half destroyed temple. And this pond here, it's even got a lily growing in it. Why is this pond round? Yeah, that's right. It's a bomb crater from the B-52. It's about 5 meters from that temple that was destroyed. So presumably the bombs rained down from the B-52s flying at high altitude, and they just smashed. They didn't target. As far as I know, they weren't laser-guided weapons. They were just carpet bombed. Just smash everything. 1,000 years old, never mind. Smash it. Thank you, Uncle Sam. Everywhere you go here, bomb crater. 2 meters. Another bomb crater. You know, it's just ridiculous. You know, there's the temples which were blown to bits. I don't know if you can see the blue notice over there. I don't know if you can see the blue keep out notice over there. Well, my understanding is that's because of the risk of unexploded American ordnance still around. So best keep to the path. You know, this place was just obliterated, more bomb craters there. It's just sickening. I think this is the final temple. You can get although there's not much left. We all know why. But to give you a scale, look, there's a huge building that went right the way back there, and I don't know whether they're going to rebuild it or I don't know. Well, I think this is our last temple, so I think that's about it for Sun Mai, apart from to grab a coffee and try to get back to the electric car station without treading on any unexploded bomb fragments. I thought this virtual reconstruction is worth looking at. This is how the temple probably looked like back in the day. You can see the original Charma script. I don't know if I can get, you can see that. Can you understand it? Need Indiana Jones to understand that.